the live stream. I'm sorry everybody for the for what happened earlier. Sorry for that mix-up. But I'm hoping this live stream interests people. I know there's not a lot of people on the stream, and that's completely fine with me. But I just thought I'd do, like, a little fun after birthday stream. I'm not doing a stream on my birthday. That is a really bad idea. Because that's your birthday, That's the day you're supposed to, be grateful for what you have. Happy birthday, Scythe. Thank you. It was yesterday. Thank you very much. But I figured for this live stream we could do a what's... So like those videos that people were making back when the Nintendo Switch came out, right? They're called What's on My Switch. I thought we could do that for this video. So we're going to go through them, each game, and I'll explain why I have these on my Switch. So I just re-downloaded a few games. I didn't re-download them. I pretended to re-download them so that way they just got on the screen. But I'll explain each game. So BioShock Infinite and BioShock 1 and 2 while we're at it. BioShock is an awesome series. BioShock 1 is one of my favorite games of all time. I didn't get that far in BioShock 2. I didn't really like it. BioShock Infinite has really fun gameplay and looks great, but the story is very confusing. I bought this collection when they announced it was coming to the Switch in 2020 because, it was like the pandemic. We were all locked in our homes. So, like, what is there to do? So I just decided to buy the games because I found that, I had a brother who played BioShock, and I thought I'd give the games a shot for myself. And I did. BioShock 1, like I said, is one of my favorite games of all time. BioShock 2, And then BioShock Infinite is a really good game with a really weird story. Call of Juarez Gunslinger. I bought this game for, like, I think $10. Maybe it was less on the eShop. It was Christmas 2020. Because at that point, I got a lot of eShop money, and I wanted to get some games. So I bought, 2020, we'll get to those games later, like Final Fantasy VII, the original Fire Emblem, etc. But yeah, this was a game I bought. I still haven't beaten the campaign. I got super far in it, but I haven't beaten it yet. I don't know why. It's a super fun game, though, with really great gameplay, great Western aesthetic, good soundtrack, good art style. I recommend it. This is Bayonetta. This is... Funny story about this game. So this used to be my favorite game of all time. And then I played other games, but this game still does hold a special place in my heart. It's a very fun action game. Its boss fights are epic. Soundtrack is amazing. The characters are very likable. I do like Bayonetta 2 more, though. I think Bayonetta 2 just, like, excels everything compared to Bayonetta 1. That's not detracting from 1, though. Apex Legends. I remember they announced this for Switch. I think it was like 2020, 2019. Had to have been 2020 or 2019. It had to have been 2020, right? Because Apex came out in 2019. But yeah, I remember downloading this game and trying to get into it. The Switch version is terrible. It looks ugly. It runs horribly. And I don't even like Battle Royales anymore. The only Battle Royale I still play occasionally is like Fortnite, which we'll get to in a bit. But that game is different compared to other Battle Royales. It's just more accessible, and it's more fun. We got Five Nights at Freddy's 4. This was a game I bought with an eShop card given to me by my brother for my birthday. And this is one of the games I bought. And I started it today, and I had to stop playing because I actually got scared. I thought when people get scared of this game, it's a joke. It's not a joke. The jump scares are actually terrifying. So yeah, I had to stop there for a minute, but I will get back to it at some point. Mario Kart 8. This is one of the first games I got for Switch. This was a Christmas gift in 2017, the same time around I got my Switch. I didn't get it the day I got my Switch, but it was still like close. This is like the first. This is the first time I played Mario Kart 8. I didn't own it on the Wii U. We didn't own it on the Wii U, which I find interesting because it was like the best selling game for that console, and yeah, but it was still a really it's like it's such an awesome game. I definitely recommend it on the Switch because it's Mario Kart. Mario Kart is like perfect. Well, mostly. Some of the games haven't held up super well, but we can get to that another point. Hades, I re-downloaded this today. I was like, all right, I haven't played it in so long. Let's see if they add anything new. And I tried to do 2 runs. Hades is so awesome. I plan to do a review of this game at some point. I just the thing about reviews is that I want to do them scripted because if I do them unscripted, there will be a lot of ooh, and then speak and I would speak horribly. But doing a scripted review would have me be ready to, say what I mean to say. I remember I was going to do a Final Fantasy VII review like a year ago. Literally today, I said that. I still don't have that out. I got to start writing the script. I've just been busy with school and like writing the Cataclysmic Multiverse, which I need to get back to too. But Hades is a phenomenal game. Dead Cells is another phenomenal game because I picked this game up recently. Oh no, I bought it back in 2021 and I played it and I enjoyed it. But then they added Castlevania DLC and I was like, I love Castlevania. So I just decided to pick it up and buy the DLC yesterday and it's been awesome. Death Scythe is way too OP. Five Nights at Freddy's Free. I played this game once. This game is pretty creepy. YouTube. Hey, what's YouTube? Do you guys know what that is? I've actually never heard of YouTube. It's probably something obscure I downloaded once. This is the original Five Nights at Freddy's. I beat this, I think, this morning or yesterday. It's a very short game. I also kind of used a cheat, so for power, so that's one thing. Persona 4 Arena. I had no interest in this game until I had played and beaten both Persona 4 and Persona 3. Both are amazing games, which I will review those at some point. But I wanted to play this game because I heard that it brought back the cast from 3, but they were adults, which I thought was awesome. And you'll be seeing something about that in the Cataclysmic Multiverse soon. So be on the lookout for that. And I decided to buy it. It's a bit heavy. It has a lot of weight to it, I would say, compared to other fighting games. Smash Ultimate, literally one of the greatest games ever. I don't need to talk about it. Fortnite. Here's the thing is they added like the OG season, right? That's what they're doing right now. Fortnite OG. And I tried re-downloading it, but then I remember the Switch version is okay, but it is not as good as the PlayStation 5 version of the game. So I just decided I think I'm going to be playing on that version and using someone else's account. Game Boy Online, I only really play it for like Wario Land 3 and Tetris. Tetris is fun. I really like Tetris. NES, I used it to play Kid Icarus. That's all I can say. Super Mario Brothers Wonder, definitely a surprise because I'm a huge fan of the new Super Mario Brothers games. It was like the first game I'd ever played with my little brother. It was, oh man, memories. But this game is very fun. I like all the playable characters. I like all the new power-ups. I like the level design. The soundtrack is great. The feel of the game is just awesome. It's satisfying to collect Wonder Seeds and coins. My only nitpick with this game is the boss fights. There are not many of them, and 3 out of 4 of them are Bowser Jr. boss fights. No, the Bowser Battleship boss fights don't count. For a game that's super unique, the boss fights are pretty lame. Like, no, the boss fights are fun. Like, they're fun boss fights, but they're like most of them are Bowser Jr. The final boss against Bowser is awesome. That is an awesome final boss, but like I just really wish there were more unique bosses considering how unique the game is. So, yeah. Anything in the chat? Okay. Next up is WarioWare Move It. I bought this. I pre-ordered this game a long time ago too. This game is great. This is definitely one of the best WarioWare games. As Smooth Moves is one of my favorite games in the series because I have memories playing it with, family and stuff, my brother. But this game is just like it, but it's also crazy. Like there's more to it than that. It has a lot of fun minigame. It has a lot of fun micro games. I know a lot of people were split on Wario, like Wario's voice actor. Hello, gamer boy. What's up, mate? I know a lot of people were split on Charles Martinet no longer being the voice, but honestly, I think the guy who did Wario's voice did a pretty good job. Nintendo 64 Online, I'm not a millennial or a Gen Xer, so I didn't grow up playing the Nintendo 64 because it's all old from the 1996. Six. What was the point of that? I don't know. But yeah, a lot of N64 games do not hold up well, to say the least. And I've played a good amount of them. Like, there are some really fun N64 games. Like Majora's Mask, Mario 64, Mario Kart 64, GoldenEye, Banjo-Kazooie. These are really fun games. But go back and play these games on original hardware without, like playing HD versions of them or, playing them through an emulator. You go back and play them on an original N64. They're disgusting. They're all like dark and just like pixely sloppy. It's a system that I don't think is held up very well. But of course, the games are still awesome. Majora's Mask is my second favorite Legend of Zelda game of all time. Mario Kart 64, despite it not being the best game in the series, still has its charm. Mario 64, as much as I don't think it's I think it's kind of overrated, it's still a really fun game. GoldenEye, if you switched to the controls to a preferred setting, is really fun. Banjo-Kazooie is a really good platformer. But then you have like games like Ocarina of Time, which when I beat Skyward Sword, I'm going to rank all 3D Zelda games, and I feel like that list is going to be controversial because, Zelda, we all know how Zelda fans are. Well, not all of them, but I'm a Zelda fan, so. Game Boy Advance, pretty good selection. They're really slow on the game selection, though, I would say. Like, they're very slow on it. It's like they release a game every 2 months, it feels like, and they still haven't added, like, F-Zero, Golden Sun. They haven't added those other games that they said they were going to add. There's a lot of other... the thing is, the GBA has so many awesome games, but I feel like they're not pumping games out enough. Like, where's Metroid Zero Mission? Where's the GBA Pokemon games? Why would they add all of the Mario Advance games first when those are just remakes of games that were already on SNES and NES? I don't know. But I'm really hoping they do add more games because because Golden Sun, they showed that Golden Sun was going to be a game they want to add, and I know people really love Golden Sun, so I guess it could be a pretty good game. Doom 3, this is a super underrated game. It makes me... I've heard things like, oh, it's like the worst Doom game. It's not as good as people say it is. I played this game back in 2020. It was the anniversary of Doom. I bought Doom 3 and the other Doom games. I think this was... It was March or was it February? I don't remember. But this game was super fun. I would sit on a computer chair that I brought downstairs, and I would play this game. I would play this game at night, full screen on my Switch, nighttime. I didn't really play it much during the day. I played it during the night. This game is scary at nighttime, and it just makes the immersion better. I might replay it. It's like the only Doom game I haven't replayed. I haven't really replayed Eternal either because I like having all of my weapons. But Doom 3 is a super underrated game. Please play it if you haven't. If you like horror games, if you like horror action hybrids, if you like Doom, if you like games with smooth, kind of funny graphics, Play it. Persona 4 Golden, masterpiece. Persona 4 Golden is an amazing game. I'll say this about Persona in like because people always debate like what's the best Persona game. RIP Persona 1 and 2. I haven't played those, but Persona if I were to say which games have the best what, Persona 4 has the best story, Persona 5 has the best soundtrack and the best combat, and Persona 3 has the best themes. As for the cast, I want to say I love Persona 3's cast the most, but Persona 4's cast is so charming. Persona 5's cast is very Comcast, is very in depth. But man, I can't debate because they all have so many good things about them. If you do not like RPGs, please play Persona. There are people who hate RPGs but love Persona. That says something about a series. Oh, but stay away from Shin Megami Tensei. That series is trash. At least from what I've played. Persona 3 Portable, amazing game. Favorite theme. Some insane difficulty spikes, but worth it, I would say. Doom 2. Very good sequel. Added the super shotgun. Very fun. Blaze Blue Cross Tag Battle. Crazy crossover. Very fun to play. Good combos. It's too bad this game's support died. Because it could have gone further. Like, they could have put in more franchises and stuff. And, like, more characters. The game already has a big roster, though. When you, like, add all the games DLC together. The game's roster is gigantic. But I wish they'd continue with it more. And, like, the character select screen is ugly. The character choices were pretty cool, I would say, because, you know, like, they stem from some pretty popular Japanese franchises, like, you know, Under Night and Birth, Blaze Blue, Persona 4 Arena in this case, because, you know, like, there's Mitsuru and Akihiko in the game. But they could have just gone way more. They could have just done more with it. And, like, the character select screen, like I said, is ugly because it's so like it's a misproportion of character selection. Sorry, it's a misproportion of character select screens because you have Blaze Blue and Under Night and Birth characters and Persona 4, huge line, so much so that they can't even fit all the characters on the screen. Then you have Ruby, which is like 5 characters. Speaking of which, why did Ruby get so many? Like, why did Ruby not get many characters in this game? Was Rooster Teeth like strict or something? Were they strict with the IP? Or did Warner Brothers not really want to? Because I don't think Arc System Works ever made a Ruby fighting game. Or did Rooster Teeth and Warner Brothers give them like restrictions? Super Nintendo Online, it's cool. Luigi's Mansion 3, bought this in 2021. Beat it this year. Very fun game. Castlevania, where I started playing Castlevania. I've played 1, 3, Super, Bloodlines twice. I played Super twice as well. And I've played Symphony of the Night, Rondo of Blood, Dracula X, Circle of the Moon, and Aria of Sorrow. Symphony of the Night is my favorite one. That's like one of the best games ever. But Aria of Sorrows and Rondo of Blood are close too. Shin Megami Tensei 3, I do not know what it is, but I just can't get into Shin Megami Tensei. I know it's kind of cliche now to compare it to Persona because they're both very different. Even though they both have a lot of similar things, like, you know, similar attacks, similar creatures, not really similar lore. Sega Genesis Online, it's all right. Shovel Knight, very fun indie game. So much content, very worth it. No More Heroes 3, I still haven't beaten this game, even though I really like No More Heroes. Castlevania Advanced Collection, still have to get to Harmony of Dissonance. F-Zero 99, it's okay. I'm not the biggest F-Zero guy. Final Fantasy 7, one of the best RPGs of all time. Danganronpa, very fun. Danganronpa S, cool. Pikmin 2, my second favorite Pikmin game. Used to be my first, and then Pikmin 4 came along. Pikmin 2 is amazing. Great boss fights. Great soundtrack. The submerged castle. Oh man, that area is so terrifying because the water wraith is like, but the water wraith is terrifying. And the entire dungeon is fun though. And then Pikmin 4. Pikmin 4 is my game of the year. My game of the year, there's so many. I honestly thought last year that gaming was dead. I was like, there's like not really anything good else coming out. Not much came out last year to me. Like nothing really that interesting came out. The only game that came out in 2022 last year that I really liked was Xenoblade Chronicles 3. That game was awesome. But nothing else just really caught my attention at all. So yeah, but then like this year has been packed with games. Oh my goodness. This year was packed. We had Resident Evil 4 Remake, we had Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, we had Mario Brothers Wonder, WarioWare Move It. What else? Oh yeah, we had Dead Cells Return to Castlevania, which I know that's not a game. That's an add-on, but it's still awesome. And then of course we got Xenoblade Chronicles 3 Future Redeemed, which was amazing. And we even got a remake of Dead Space, Resident Evil 4 Remake, if I didn't mention that already. And we got Pikmin 4 and Mortal Kombat 1. My game of the year is pretty much like a toss-up between Pikmin 4 and Mortal Kombat 1. It's one of those two, and they could not be any more different from each other, because one is a game where you're small astronauts, and you got a dog, and you pick up plant people, and you find treasure and objects, and then the other one is a brutally violent fighting game where you rip off people's heads and shove them down their spines or something. Yikes. It's that NetherRealm life. Skyward Sword, I started playing it. It's actually, I ended at the first dungeon. It's actually pretty fun. I enjoy it so far. Pikmin 3 is an underrated game. Very sad this game didn't sell very well. I think it sold better because it was on the Switch, but it's a great game. Mario 3D World. We did have the game on the Wii U, but we didn't have enough stars for like the final level of the game, so we basically just said, all right, I give up. And like, I played Bowser's Fury and Mario 3D World on this. Amazing. Final Fantasy 9 and 8. I started 8 and I had no clue where to go or what I was doing. So, and same with 9. I hear 9 is really good. I hear like people say 9 is like the best Final Fantasy. But I'll debate that at some point. Pikmin 1. This is a game. So on my first playthrough of the game, right, I didn't get all the ship parts because it was my first Pikmin game. And I got the bad ending of the game. And then I was like, okay, I kind of beat it. I'm going to go play Pikmin 2 because I was looking way forward to Pikmin 2. So I bought Pikmin 2, right? I played Pikmin 2, and I ended up adoring it, so I decided to pick up Pikmin 3 and play that game and loved it. Then I went back to Pikmin 1, and I managed to beat the game with a good ending in like 19 days in a day. Meaning like I beat the game in real life a day, like less than 24 hours. That game is so much fun when you replay it. Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. I'm very shocked this game hasn't gotten DLC yet because it's been breaking records. I mean, even like Breath of the Wild's DLC came out in the same year as the games, and like 2023 is almost over. So, what do you guys think? You think they're just like not going to do DLC for it, or do you think anybody want to talk in the comments? You guys can ask questions and stuff. I like talking on live streams. If you don't want to, that's completely fine. Tears of the Kingdom is a fantastic game. I would say it's my third favorite Zelda game. Yeah, because I like Majora's Mask and Twilight Princess way more. But Tears of the Kingdom is a great game. It fixed all of Breath of the Wild's issues. Bayonetta 3, a game that I have yet to finish. It's very fun. Pum. Oh, hello, Nintendo Dude. What's up, my guy? We got 3 people in this chat. That's sick. So yeah, Bayonetta 3, I Switch. Thank you. I got it for Christmas in 2017. Awesome parents. But Bayonetta 3, I find it weird. I got this game. I got the collector's edition for my birthday. I'm going to the PC to comment more. All right, nice. Hi. Scythe Jackal 2.0. I wonder who that could be. But so yeah, Bayonetta 3 is a very fun game. I'm surprised I haven't beaten it yet because, like I said, I love Bayonetta 1 and 2, but I had not beaten 3 yet. Mario Brothers U Deluxe. Family member bought this. We played it together, and then he had to go back to college. So yeah, Hollow Knight, one of the greatest pieces of not just games, but like one of the greatest pieces of things ever. I have over 100 hours in this game. It is so amazing. Everything about it, the world building, the boss fights, the art style, the charm system, the combat, everything about it is amazing. Question, is it a good idea to buy a Switch in this December? So, the thing about buying a Nintendo Switch now is that you could, and if you have enough money, it would be, I mean, if you want a Switch and you want some games for it, you should get it. But the thing is, the Switch has been out for like 6 years now, almost 7. So, and there's high talk of Nintendo putting out a new console. I am the new Scythe Jackal, lol. How dareth thee steal thine name? Nah, whatever. It's public domain. Or is it? But yeah, Hollow Knight is an amazing game. Everything about it. But the thing about the Switch is that it's rumored that Nintendo's next console is coming out next year. There's constant talk about it all the time, though, and they're rumors. So rumors aren't exactly enough to base off of something. But also, do you think what the new console can be retro compatible? If you mean like compatible with past games, I hope it does. I'm hoping if they do make another console that it plays Switch games. Or I mean like imagine if it's a console that so like the Wii U took discs, right? The Switch this game takes Happy birthday, Scythe. Thank you. Thank you so much. It was a great birthday yesterday. Heart, heart, smile. Thank you. But sorry, I say but a lot. But all you're seeing is the Nintendo Switch. No butts, no butts, no coconuts. What coconuts? But yes, I said but again. If imagine like so I'm sorry, I'm stuttering. This is completely unscripted. But the Wii U took discs, right? Then the Switch took cartridges. What are they going to announce next? Introducing the Nintendo quintuple screen. You can attach the screen to your 2 legs, your 2 arms, and on your head. You are the game. And oh, and also, the games are in the shape of organs. Have fun putting these into your console. Do you think that the virtual console Do you think the virtual console needs to come back still with Switch Online? The thing about Nintendo Switch Online is that it's not terrible. It's not a terrible idea. It sucks, of course, digital distribution, because like when they shut down NSO, you won't be able to access these classic games. I think the virtual console coming back would be a good idea because look at all the effort Nintendo put into virtual consoles back in the day. Even the Wii U, their worst selling system, aside from the Virtual Boy, but we don't talk about that. Look at all the games that you could play on the Wii U. You could play NES, Super Nintendo, Game Boy Advance. What else? Oh yeah, Wii and Nintendo 64, and even DS on the Wii U. And they had a bunch of Fire Emblem games. They had Fire Emblem, WarioWare, Wario Land, well, Wario Land 4 because the other ones were on, the 3DS. Speaking of 3DS, do you like Kid Icarus Uprising? I love Kid Icarus Uprising. It is one of my favorite games of all time. I got it for Christmas in 2018. It is one of the best games I think anybody should ever experience. The problem with it is that it's on the Nintendo 3DS, which, isn't really that popular anymore. And it's a game that it sold over 1 million units, which is pretty decent, but it didn't really it's gone up in price and rarity because you guys know what collectors do when they have an item that's rare. They shoot the price up. They need to add Gen 1, 2, and 3 Pokemon games to Switch Online because the 3DS literally dying. All right, so the funny thing is that when they announced Game Boy and Game Boy Advance coming to Switch, they said, they were like, oh my goodness, we're gonna get old Pokemon. And then they announced, hey, we got Pokemon, the trading card video game on the Switch. And I bet people were just like, what? Because, yeah, it's Pokemon, right? It's a trading card game, which is a spin-off of the main games. But I don't think there's any hope for actual Pokemon games on Switch. I don't know why they don't ever bring them to modern consoles, though, because people love the old Pokemon games. I can't really say I didn't really grow up playing them. Also, if you were the creator or director of an existing game and you were given the freedom to do whatever you wanted, either with something new or with an existing IP, what would you do? Can that be a new game? Like, does it have to be one that's already been released or one that already exists? Scream, I want it that way. I'll scream as loud as I can. I want it that way. No scream for you. Not tonight. Not in this Mickey Mouse cloud. Not in this Mickey Mouse cloud house. So this is Devil May Cry 3. This is my first Devil May Cry game. I've always wanted to play this series, and I bought this back in 2020. I said as Sakurai with Kid Icarus Uprising. Okay. Ooh. So I really want. It's not that I want, it's that I know there are people who want. I want them. I think they should make a new Star Tropics game because that was a very popular game on the NES, right? And it's like Kid Icarus. You know, it was hugely popular on the NES and it didn't get a new game for a while. Why not make a 3D one? Why not try it again? The problem with that would be like sales because, hey guys, here's a full-blown new game in a series that we haven't updated since the 1980s. Hand us, give us $60. People are just gonna be like, why didn't you just bring over Mother 3? Which we might get to that some way. But Devil May Cry 3 is a masterpiece. Recommend it. Fire Emblem Engage is a great game. The story's kind of shallow, but the cast is really good. And the gameplay is solid. And the story's great. I mean, the soundtrack is great. Xenoblade Chronicles 3, amazing cast, best combat in the entire series, and it has an amazing soundtrack. But it's by Monolith Soft, so of course it has a good soundtrack. Monolith Soft could make a video game that has fart noises as its soundtrack, and it would still sound better than most modern music put out today. No thanks, I'd rather go play it. I remember playing that Pokemon card game, and let me tell you, I didn't understand anything. There was literally a lot of text just to start a part of the tutorial, and I said to myself, no thanks, I'd better go play Pokemon Coffee. Star Tropic. Yeah, bad. What game? That game was not launched in Japan. Wasn't Kid Icarus of Myth and Monsters an American exclusive too? Sorry for the spam. Why many people say that DMC3 is better than 5? DMC5 has the best visuals, the best combat, and the best roster of playable characters because there's 4 characters you can play as, and it has some amazing weapons and killer combos, and some great boss fights. Devil May Cry 3 has arguably the best narrative in the series. Granted, narrative doesn't need to be strong in an action game, but Devil May Cry 3 is really good, and it's chronologically the first game in the series, so I think that's why a lot of people really like 3. Plus, 3's combat rocks. Favorite mythical Pokemon? Well, I'm not really a big Pokemon fan anymore, but I have a close friend who is. Darkrai, I guess, because, I don't know, I like the colors. Actually, I do know more about math and physics than I do about Pokemon. Well, that's what 18 years in school will do. Teaches you math and science and and boulders. Speaking of which, why aren't boulders a subject in school? Do they not realize the importance of boulders? You want to know what boulders are? Boulders are giant rocks. And you see them in your Hollywood movies like Indiana, Jonas Brothers, and what else? And Georgia Kiss of the Jangle. But they never teach you about these things in school. Why? If it isn't. You know what I mean? Who doesn't love boulders? That's actually pretty funny. Well, thank you, gamer boy of the FBI. Sorry, I heard that somewhere. I tell you something crazy, that you, me, and everyone on the live are playing on an online server. That's how we play and make fun of each other's defeats. Math better than Pokemon. Math is pretty fun, actually. I struggled with geometry last year. I still enjoyed it, though. Let me tell you what, if you guys have taken geometry in high school, you'll know what I'm talking about. But proofs are like the worst thing ever. They were made by the devil. I am 100% sure, because they're just terrible. They're evil. They were forged in the pots and kettles of hellfire. Math better than Pokemon. Pokemon math. Speaking of Pokemon math, I'm surprised that they never, because like, remember when, algebra is better than geometry? Yes, absolutely. Because I understand algebra better. And everybody knows that something is better if I understand it. Why can't everybody just be a genius? Like me. Sarcasm aside, I have a peculiar trauma about that franchise. Proof sucked. I would erase them from existence. What would happen if proofs were erased from existence? Do you guys think much would change? You never know, because it's like you say, oh, I would erase this thing from existence. But how much would that really change? You know, it's like, I wish wheels never existed. How much would change? So many objects wouldn't be circular. You know, cars wouldn't be the same. Please don't leak my house direction. I'm not leaking anybody's house direction. This ain't Twitch. I ain't gonna do anything. I also struggled with geometry last year, but I do better with algebra. Same here. Kids would be happy. I don't know of many kids who work with proofs in elementary or middle school, though. It's a high school thing mainly. Wow, you have a lot of games. Art and digital? For some reason, I missed the physical. I do have a good amount of physical games, but I at times get digital games too. Super Mario Odyssey, first game I ever played on the Switch. It's the reason I wanted a Nintendo Switch. And it's an amazing game. I'm still waiting on the sequel. Breath of the Wild, another amazing game. It's not the first Zelda game I've played. The first Zelda game I'd ever played was Twilight Princess on the Wii U, and that is still my favorite to this day. But this was the first game I beat in the series, and it was awesome. Is Among Us in Ohio on that Switch? Among Us in Ohio. I don't know why did I comment that? I don't know. Maybe it's because there are people who go to Ohio and they play Among Us VR and then they scream at children. I wonder if that's a thing. Which game do you recommend I buy as the first game for Switch? Smash Ultimate, absolutely. Smash Ultimate. But if you're not into Smash Brothers, then probably like Mario Kart. I would recommend either Mario Kart or Smash Brothers. And then if you want to do some like single player stuff, like Mario Odyssey, Metroid Dread, if you don't mind difficult games. Metroid Prime Remastered, I would say. Because that game is hard to play on any other system, given how it was, it's very rare, it's very expensive on the GameCube, and because Metroid Prime Trilogy is no longer, you can't buy that game digitally anymore because the Wii U eShop shut down. Splatoon 3, Pokemon Scarlet and Violet are also good games. I have heard very mixed things about Scarlet and Violet. I'm not interested in it myself, but I'm sure they're decent games. Splatoon 3, a game I started. It's okay. I might try it again some way. Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity, a great game. Oh, crap. Oh, man, finish. This is my, this is the games that I wanted to finish. And Luigi's Mansion 3 and Hyrule Warriors I can take out, but everything else stays. The generation which makes me more nostalgic is the Generation 6 of Pokemon. Me too! And I didn't even play the Gen 6 games. Gen 3 makes me kind of nostalgic too. The bugs are terrible, but gameplay itself was good. Xenoblade Chronicles, I bought this for my older brother because he played the Wii version back in the day and he loved it. So I thought I would buy him Definitive Edition. He got so close to the ending, he got stuck on a boss and he stopped playing it, which is unfortunate. Oh yeah, Xenoblade Chronicles 2 is literally an amazing game. This is a game I just expected to like, but I played it and then it changed my life forever. I should do a review of this game. Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze, greatest 2D platformer of all time. Don't debate me on that. You know I'm right. Mario 3D All Stars. Mario Sunshine was really fun, but I only bought this for Mario Galaxy. Mario Galaxy was the only game that improved from this collection because I just played Mario 64. I mean, Mario Sunshine was still fun. I enjoyed them. I enjoyed it. Mario Party Superstars. I wish this game had more content, but aside from that, it's really fun. Hyrule Warriors Definitive Edition. I don't know if I've told this story before, but I bought the 3DS version back in 2016, or maybe it was 2017. And oh my, but hey, are a lot of bugs which make funny the gameplays. Yeah, bugs can make a game funny. Because I have seen some funny bugs from games like Cyberpunk. But Hyrule Warriors Age of Definitive Edition. I bought the 3DS version, which is Hyrule Warriors Legends, back in 2017. I hated it. It was horrible. The game ran horribly. There was like no enemies. It was piss poor performance. I'm sorry. I'm trying not to. I don't cuss often on my channel. Sometimes I occasionally say piss, but yeah, that game is just that game is horrible on 3DS. I'd argue it's like one of the worst first party Nintendo games. It's not even just the game itself. It just runs horribly. Metroid Prime Remastered. I bought this just because I love Metroid Prime and because it's one of my favorite games of all time. And I've played the Wii version. Beat this game in like a day. It was that fun. Kirby and the Forgotten Land. A game I'm not super far in. It feels very slow paced, but it's very fun. Shantae Original. Bought it because I'm a Shantae fan. Shantae Risky's Revenge. Same reason. Doom is a classic. Tales of Vesperia is pretty good from what I've played. Rayman Legends is very fun. Shantae and the Pirate's Curse is one of the best games ever made. And it's an amazing 2D platformer with great boss fights, great gameplay. Rico, this game's okay. Mario Maker should have had more. Could have needed more content, but still a fun game. Crunchyroll, I don't use it as much anymore. Quake is okay. It's pretty fun though. Okami, this game is very confusing. I don't know where to go, and I don't know what I'm doing most of the time. Beautiful art style and a really good concept though. WarioWare Get It Together, not as good as Move It, but still a really fun and unique game. It makes me laugh. My sis said she wasn't interested in playing any Donkey Kong games, but one day I bought Donkey Kong Country Returns and she played with me, and her opinion was wonderful. That is a truly wonderful game. Really, you have lots of games. Well, I've bought them through deals, and like I get a lot of money at times, so that's how. Street Fighter Collection. I'm not the biggest fan of Street Fighter. I've tried to get into the games. I've tried Street Fighter 4 on the 3DS. I didn't like it that much. I tried the games in this collection, didn't like them. And you know, I did play Street Fighter 6, a bit of it, and I did enjoy it. I think Street Fighter 6 was really fun. But I just didn't really want to come back to it. I don't like a lot of fighting. The only fighting game series that I actually like, fighting games are very hard. The only fighting games that I actually really enjoy are Smash Brothers. I know that even though that's considered a party game by series creator Masahiro Sakurai, and Mortal Kombat. I love Mortal Kombat. As you guys can see, I've posted a lot of Mortal Kombat 1 videos on my channel. Ever since the game came out, I played through the whole campaign. And I've been doing a lot of classic towers. I make sure, though, in the titles to put a warning for graphic content because I don't want kids or I don't want anybody to stumble across them and just get traumatized by Mortal Kombat because Mortal Kombat is not for the young eyes. It is for the eyes of the older people. But yeah, I like the designs. Yeah, no, Street Fighter characters are awesome. The characters in Street Fighter are great, and the designs are great. But the gameplay itself is just all right. Fire Emblem Warriors, great graphics, good soundtrack, fun gameplay, terrible roster, and mediocre story. Shantae Half Junior Hero, first Shantae game, great game, loved it. Bayonetta 2, one of the best games ever. Knights of the Republic, heard it's one of the best games of all time, but didn't get far in it. Shin Megami Tensei 5, I tried getting into it, I really did, but it's just not that fun. Mega Man 1 collection and Mega Man X collection. These games are fun. They're pretty fun, but I'm not into Mega Man, which is weird because I love 2D platformers. I love old school 2D platformers, especially. But I'll try again one day. I'm still waiting for Kirby Warriors. I'm waiting on a Xenoblade Warriors game. I'm surprised they haven't made that. I feel like they're going to at some point. Neo, The World Ends With You. I remember being so excited for this game, and I started playing it. I haven't gotten much farther in it yet, but I should, because the original World Ends With You is one of my favorite games ever. Persona 5 Strikers, a great sequel / spinoff, and a game I'd recommend, but I still haven't beaten it. Fire Emblem Three Houses, I've played this game twice. It is a masterpiece. Go play it. It's the best Fire Emblem ever. Doom Eternal. I only bought this because it was cheap and it was on sale for $30 the entire game. And I'm sure it runs well, but I've just played, after playing the game so much on PlayStation 5, I just didn't want to play it on Switch. Is it wrong to try to pick up girls in the dungeon, this game? I only bought this game because I'm a huge fan of the anime, and I haven't even played it. Many Warriors games can be very good. That is an intelligent idea, thank you. But I only bought it because I'm a fan of this. If you see something that's based on a property you like, don't just buy it because for the sake of buying it. Like, I think Video Game Donkey said it best in his Guilty Gear Strive video. Anime fans are the new Sonic fans. You can literally slap anime onto anything and people will buy it. He's not wrong in some circumstances because people will often just buy something because it's anime. Because a lot of people, especially in like Generation Z, really like anime. But yeah, speaking of this, you might see something from Smash Universe in a bit. The original, as this needs to be called the game list of Scythe Jackal. Yeah, like a what's on my Switch. It's a good idea. Devil May Cry 1, an incredibly fun action game. Some of it hasn't held up well, but it's a great game that I recommend. I think a remake of this game with Devil May Cry 5's engine would be fantastic. Ninja Gaiden 3, the only Gaiden game I actually had fun with. Ninja Gaiden 2, didn't get far. I don't like Ninja Gaiden for some reason. Fire Emblem, the original. I only bought it because they were taking it off on March 31st, and it was $5, so it was cheap. Undertale, a game I didn't get far into, but I know its fan base is interesting. Among Us, the Sus game, very suspicious. Very fun game, very good Switch port, and it makes me sad that the game is dead because it was actually really good. I was asking for Hayabusa and Smash. He would have been a cool... He was leaked, right? Like, I remember back when it was like a month after Smash Ultimate and Joker was revealed. They said the leaks were Joker, Ryu Hayabusa from Ninja Gaiden, the hero from Dragon Quest, Erdrick, Steve from Minecraft, and the Doomslayer. But as we all know, that ended up not being true. And yes, Erdrick and... Okay, so Erdrick and Steve did get added, but Hayabusa was never even mentioned in the game, and Doomslayer was relegated to a Mii costume. Still glad he got some kind of representation. I'd like to play that game with you. That would be awesome, but I don't know if I can. Cuphead. Well, Cuphead and his pal Mugman, they like to roll the dice. They something, a devil's game, and so they pay the price. I can't sing. My voice is dead from talking so much and from screaming earlier this morning. Yes, I screamed. I'm gonna admit it. I am a man. Scythe sings moment. I hope you guys had earplugs on for that, because I would rip my ears off if I heard myself sing. Cuphead, Celeste. This game is okay. It's not as fun as people say it is. No, it's fun, but like it's not like a masterpiece. It's a decent game. Dark Souls. I was thinking to myself, I was like, okay, how hard can it be? It'll be fun. It's Dark Souls. I can play it. I could not get past the third boss fight of the game. And I just said, okay, not for me. Not a fan of Dark Souls. Valkyria Chronicles, on the other hand, I am a huge fan of. Valkyria Chronicles 1 is a masterpiece with great storytelling, a lovable cast of characters, a good soundtrack, fun but challenging gameplay, and a game that I would recommend. And it's a game I got for $10, so that's a steal. Shantae and the Seven Sirens, great Metroidvania game. Kind of like a step in the better direction after Half Genie Hero. Not to say Half Genie Hero is a bad game, but it's not. It's an awesome game, but this game is better. Resident Evil 4, those lowercase letters still irk me. Actually, I've gotten used to them, but one of the best games ever made. I started a playthrough of the remake on my channel, but I stopped the playthrough because it wasn't really getting any views. No More Heroes 2, fantastic action game, great boss fights, good soundtrack. Likeable, but scummy protagonist. Dragon Ball Fighter Leon Help, the game. Actually, I didn't find Ashley that annoying in this game. Dragon Ball Fighters, very good, great Switch version, very fun. And I'm a huge Dragon Ball fan, so that makes sense. Pac-Man 99. Didn't play much of it. I just downloaded it because it was free. Android 21. Yes. Darksiders 1. Darksiders is super underrated. I mean, at least this game is. I haven't played the other ones, but this game is super fun. The combat is so hectic, so crazy. The boss fights are great. The style of it is epic. It is definitely a game I recommend. Scott Pilgrim vs. the World. I bought this because they announced it was coming back to digital stores. And I bought it because I was like, well, they're probably going to take it off again at some point. And I don't think it's as good as people say it is. Uno. I prefer RIP Pac-Man 99. I am taking note to see if I can buy some of these games that your shows. We don't have to buy all of these because there's a lot. But like, I'll go through the games I would recommend if you don't have a Switch in the end. Uno. Yes, Uno is fun, but I prefer like playing the real life card game. The best game of all consoles. Animal Crossing New Horizons. As much as I love Animal Crossing New Leaf, New Horizons isn't as good as that game in my opinion. Still a fun game nonetheless. Pokemon Shield. Beat the game's story. Very disappointing. Especially because this was a Pokemon game I went to after a while. Doom. This is how I experienced Doom 2016. This is one of the best ports on the console, and it's a fun blast of testosterone. Play it. No More Heroes is a great game. Still playing the Wii version of Animal Crossing. Yeah, I started that. It was fun. Namco Museum. I just bought it so I could have a way to play Pac-Man because Pac-Man is fun. Metro, a game I started. It's okay. Mortal Kombat 11. This was how I experienced the game. It's an okay Switch. It's a decent Switch port, I would say. The graphics look terrible, but the game runs well. Pokken Tournament. I'm very sad that this game didn't get more content. Yeah, Tekken, but with furries. I'm very sad this game didn't get more content because I think it is a very underrated game. You know what? I'm going to go as far to say this. This is the best Pokemon game on the Switch. Though I guess my opinion doesn't really mean much because I didn't play Scarlet or Violet or Brilliant Diamond or Shining Pearl. Had the same problem with ARMS. ARMS was so close. They had it. Like, the gameplay... Okay. The character designs were awesome. The aesthetic was great. The idea behind it was good. The music was amazing. The stages were cool. The gameplay itself could have been better. The gameplay itself was okay. Lack of content. Yes, that is the problem with ARMS. The game's content is so shallow. You can, fight each other, get new arms, and you can do the same arcade mode again and again. It got repetitive. But I think many things are missing. Yeah. If they just had more content with the game, it would have been better. Poker Tournament's kind of worth it, I'd say. Astral Chain, extremely underrated action game. I wish people would talk about this game more. I got this for... Yeah, I wish this game got more attention because it is a fantastic action game. But it's my platinum games, so what do you expect? Yes, Astral Chain. I got this for my birthday when I turned 13 years old in 2019. Mecha Stands. Kono Dio de. Astral Chain is a JoJo reference, just like Persona 4. But it's a very fun game. I just wish they made more for it. It's a long game, actually. It's like 20 hours. That's pretty long. That's a good length for a game. Any game that is like... If a game is like 5 to 10 hours or more, I'm fine with that. Doom 64 is a very underrated game, and I wish more people recognize. All right, so I'm going to go through the games that I recommend the most if you are wanting to get a Switch. All right. Get Mario Kart 8 and get the DLC if you want it to, because it gives you more tracks, and it's a very fun game. It's perfect. It's fun to play on your own, but it's way more fun with friends. I like that idea. I hope that they can make more IPs and not only Mario's and Pokemon. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Nintendo bought the rights to Astral Chain from Platinum, so like they own it now. I wonder what they would make with that. Mario Kart 8, very fun game. I enjoy it. I recommend it. Hades, another game I recommend. Super fun roguelike game. Awesome, a very unique dialogue, good voice acting, an epic soundtrack, fun boss fight. Dead Cells, that's another game I recommend. Another roguelike like Hades, fast-paced, epic combat. Hades, I plan to buy that. Yes, you should. It is so good. And if you don't have Switch Online, which you don't need it, Smash Ultimate, you should definitely buy Smash Ultimate. Smash Ultimate is a must-buy for the Switch. It's my favorite Switch exclusive. You can hold off on Mario Wonder for now if you want. Persona 4 Golden is a must-buy. I would say Persona 3 Portable and Persona 4 Golden are must-buys. Yeah, a lot of FNAF. I bought like 3 of the games yesterday because they were cheap and I got birthday money. I've never played the games before, but they're very popular, so I thought I'd give them a try. And they're okay. Persona 4 Golden is a game I recommend. Shovel Knight, definitely a game you should get. Pikmin 4 and Pikmin 2 are games I recommend. I know the story very well. Tears of the Kingdom and Breath of the Wild. Xenoblade 2 and 3. Fire Emblem 3 Houses is another game I recommend. Hollow Knight. Please get Hollow Knight. It is so cheap. It is $15, and it has hours of content. But yeah, Xenoblade 2 and 3 if you like RPGs. Mario Odyssey, Breath of the Wild if you like single player. And I'd say Metroid Prime for Metroid fans. And then you don't have to buy all the ones I recommend. It's up to you, mate. And then I recommend the original Doom unless you have an easy way of playing it. If you already have an easy way of playing it, then just hold off. The knight looks cute. Yeah. No, Hollow Knight is a masterpiece and it's $15. And I'd get maybe the original Doom unless you already have like a computer and you play it. And yeah. Those are the games I recommend. So let's put away the Nintendo for now. I might end the live stream soon, but that doesn't mean we still can't have fun. Because I've got, remember the last live stream, right? Where I brought out something quite musical, something very instrumental, something that's very, 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 very musical. Is you got, but hey, I really lied. Really have it in my death PC. I have Doom in the GP color. How strange in have 17 now. It's pretty weird being 17 now because I'm 1 year closer to being an adult. And that's crazy to me. Because in a year I'll be an adult. And it's crazy to me that I've been on this planet for like almost 18 years now. Anyways, do you guys want to hear a song? Alright, if you guys grew up in the 2010s, you'll probably recognize this riff. was scared of dentists and the dark. I was scared of pretty girls and starting conversations. Oh, all my friends are turning green. You're the Mona sisters in the winter dream. And they come unstand. Lady, running down to the red tide, taken away to the dark side. I wanna be your left-hand man. I love you when you're singing that song, man. I got a lump in my throat, 'cause you're gonna say the words wrong. Scythe, you are improving a lot. Thank you. I try. I'm more of an electric guitar player, but it's still fun to play this one. I can teach you guys this song. I can teach you guys this simple riff actually right now, but it's more of like an obscure song, but this is like the intro riff. So, Capo 1, you're gonna want to play the intro on acoustic guitar to the song. It's a song called Stay Home. It's by Self. What you're gonna do is put your 2 fingers on the B and the G string on the 2nd fret, okay? And then you're gonna want to start with 1 pick on an open high E string, and then you're gonna go to the G, B, all right. Then you're gonna bring your fingers down to the 4th fret and play the B string again, and you get this. And then that's what the chords later in the song. It's mainly comprised of A, D, sus, but I'm gonna just do A and D because that works too. And then, yeah, like there's other chords in the song. Speaking of, all right, let's play a riff by Imagine Dragons. You guys probably know who Imagine Dragons is, right? I'm not good at an instrument. I remember play the flute was very hard for me. I used to play the flute when I was in elementary school, but we were all forced to because but yeah. Oh, here's another song. Do you guys like Florida? Sorry. I got a riff that's meant to be played on electric guitar, but Okay, this is a riff by Black Sabbath. You might recognize it if you're a fan of metal or rock and roll. And here's like the riff I'm working on for it right now. Thumbs up, thank you. And here's another song. How about a song on one string? If you like AC/DC, you'll recognize these next few riffs. You're doing a good practice. Thank you. I practice my guitar a lot. Here's another one. Oh, wait. I'm dynamite, TNT. I'm dynamite, TNT. Okay, here's another riff that I don't have down pat yet, but it's okay. Here's another one. I like how you play it. Thank you. In your own way. Thank you. With these sounds too. Thank you. Hope y'all enjoyed that. Oh, wow. In your own way, with these sounds too, you made it so cool. I see your future on that. Aw, thank you. And if you guys like Applebee's, I hope you enjoy this next song. Oh wait, wrong chord. Sorry. Hey, my girl is banging. She's solo maintenance. Don't need no champagne, popping entertainment. Take her to Wendy's, can't keep her off me. She wanna dip me like them fries in a Frosty. But every now and then when I get paid, I gotta spoil my baby with an upgrade. Hey, hey, hey. Alright guys, let me hear you type it. What do we fancy like? Yeah, we fancy like Applebee's on a date night. Got the Bourbon Street steak with the Oreo shake with some whipped cream on the top too. 2 straws, 1 check, girl I got you. Fuji like Natty in styrofoam. Squeaking in the truck, man, on the way home. With some Alabama jam, she's my Dixie like the light. You know how we do when we do. I'm fancy like. Fancy like, fancy like, fancy like. Okay? Oh. Wait, let me hear it. Well, sorry for the sight, but I need to go. But really, I enjoy a lot of these playings and the list. I hope what do you can save this video because I think that can be a very good rewatch this. Aw. Wait, let me heard it. Well, I just played it, so I'm glad you enjoyed it, and it's completely fine, man. You can go off. You can log off. I'm very happy that you showed to the stream. You guys know what's funny, though? So I have capo on 2nd fret here, right? And I'm going to do a G chord by the 5th and 4th fret. Oh, wait, wrong one. This is the 5th and 6th fret. Doesn't that sound kind of like depressing? And then you move the G, the D. Sounds very kind of calming yet like worrying. And then you put capo on, and then it's just... Oh, never mind. It's the exact same. I just had the chords placed differently. Well, since we're here, we might as well play this song. Wait. We gotta end the stream. So, we're just gonna play a little part of it. Oh, crap. What else can we play? I think there's got to be at least like one more song we can play on here. All right, guys, here's an easy song. Wait. That was Mary Had a Little Lamb. They teach you that in guitar class. And I think we can do one more song. Which chord was it? Woohoo! That was a terrible version of Song 2 by Blur. Anyways, y'all, thanks for coming to the stream, and I hope you all enjoyed. Scythe Jackal, out.